What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run It Up podcast. I'm your host, Najee Adams, and you know I got my guy with me today. Yeah, Lil J Law Sandy. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. Had a snowstorm, air quote snowstorm, this weekend down here. It was really like 2-3 inches of snow, but a lot of ice. Yeah, I just stayed in the crib. It wasn't because it's down south. City shut down. A little bit of sprinkle of snow, so I was in the crib binging old show that I've watched before. Turn out that show it's not as good as it was when I first watched it. It's kind of cheeks, but I finished the first season. So.
What show is it?
The Flash that was on CW.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm gonna watch the first 2 seasons because those are the ones that I really enjoyed. And it was kind of cheeks. The first season, it's kind of ass. Like everything was predictable, and I didn't remember them like showing who Reverse Flash really was so early on, and then it just drags on and drags on. It's like 23 episodes. I'm like, come on, bro. Let's get
mad episode. There's a mad filler episode.
No reason. Yeah. But I remember the reason why I liked the first season because there was an episode where like Joe gets kidnapped and he's on this boat and he's got to save the city, and then he finally tells Iris like how you feel about her, and then he's running so fast that he ran back in time, and now he got to relive that day over again, and he was like, oh damn, and he's trying to like correct everything to make it happen the exact same way it did, and he realized that that's just not how it works.
Bro,
that's what I've always liked about this show, like going like the whole Flashpoint paradox thing, and going back in time travel, all that stuff. That was always cool to me.
I watched the entire show. I watched Legends of Tomorrow.
You watched all 9 seasons?
I watched Arrow. I watched the entire shit. I watched the crossovers. I watched every bit of it.
I stopped watching Flash like season 4.
They Arrow, bring his daughter into it. Arrow is a Mac.
Oh, they did bring Nora into it.
Yeah, Nora's in it. Yeah. They do all of that.
I stopped watching. I was like, let me see what's going on, and then all of a sudden I see, oh, that's Nora Allen, huh?
Yeah. By the end of it, Barry is the fastest man alive, which that was always my thing. Like, I hate watching these shows,
seasons.
And he's like, oh my god, I've got to run faster. Like, yo,
yeah, bro. How many times are you not gonna be the fastest man alive? Yeah. How many times are we gonna do this, bro?
That used to piss me off. The season with Zoom, which I think is season 2.
Season 2, yeah. I'm gonna watch season
electric. 2. That shit is some of the best TV that I've watched. The season with Savitar is also not horrible.
Trash.
I don't hate that season because they get into it. But after that, it really kind of fumbles. I'm not gonna lie. They lose a couple people, then they bring Wally in. It's a whole bunch of shit going on.
Once Wally came in, I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit. But yeah, the Flash is good, bro. This weekend we got mad snow. We got like 12 inches in New York. That shit was horrible. Shoveled out my car. What did I do? Me and Chris just stayed in and watched Heated Rivalry. I'm not gonna lie, we just binged the Mad TV. Like we just watched Heated Rivalry is only 6 episodes, so we spammed it and we got it done with. And then on Sunday, I was on you couldn't talk to me. I swear to God, I woke up at 5 a.m.
on Sunday.
I woke up at 5 a.m. like thinking like, oh my god,
in cold sweats,
like oh my god, we might this is the biggest game of the year. Went back to sleep whole day. I can't think about nothing else. I put my Apple Watch on to check my heart rate before the game started. 133. I'm like, yo, this shit gotta start because I need to see something. And then Ken Walker scores the first touchdown, and then we get walked down, and then we lose the lead, and then Jack scores before the half is over, and then Matt Stafford is fucking prime Tom Brady and Mahomes all wrapped in one.
Wheeling and dealing, bro.
He was like, cooking. Jesus Christ, that game was amazing. So yeah, Sunday, that was one of my favorite days of Seahawks fandom in a while. But yeah, that was my weekend. Just to tell everyone, now that you've listened to 4 minutes without us saying anything about the pod, make sure you subscribe to Run It Up Podcast everywhere that podcasts are found. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Leave a 5-star rating and review. Every link will be down in the description, so give us a follow. Today it should be another pretty short episode, to be honest. We're not going to talk our Super Bowl predictions until next week. So we're going to talk about Bill Belichick not getting into the Hall of Fame. We're going to recap this Sunday's championship Sunday games, give our thoughts on the Super Bowl matchup, and then talk about NBA trade deadline, because this is the last time you guys will probably hear from us until after the deadline. So we're going to go through a couple players you think will be moved, what team they'll be on, and all that good stuff. Before we get into that, song of the week, what you got for me, brother?
Oh, I'm going first? All right. I'm going to go with My Muse by Leon Thomas.
My Muse by Leon Thomas. Hold on, let me write that down. My Muse, Leon Thomas. Okay. For me, I have struggled to come up with a song of the week. Shout out to J. Cole for dropping new music, even though it was on like a weird website that it's not gonna get downloaded.
I listened to the whole thing on Twitter. So
I listened to the entire thing on Twitter. Yep. So shout out. Obviously I'm not gonna say I'm a big J. Cole fan. I think I'm a J. Cole fan. I rock with J. Cole's music. I think he's one of the better lyricists in the game today. Not my goal personally, but I said all that to say that my song of the week is Hurricane Wisdom. And it is, we are back.
What?
It is Dream. It is Dream.
Why did you say anything about J. Cole to then go? That was fucking ridiculous, bro.
Because I
gotta hold you accountable for it. That was some bullshit. That was ridiculous.
I started thinking about the Cole songs as I started thinking about what Hurricane Wisdom song I'm gonna pick. So then I just went on the tangent. But for me, it's Dreamcatcher by Hurricane Wisdom. Great song. I used it in my last Instagram post. It was great. And yeah, so that's our songs of the week. And now we can dive into Bill Belichick and the Hall of Fame and all that good stuff. So obviously,
you don't want to talk about the games first?
Oh, you want to talk games first? We can talk games first. Hell yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, we can talk games first. Games first. So Championship Sunday. Whew, what a day.
We'll start with your boys.
We had Seahawks. He said start with my boys. We had Seahawks, Rams. A lot of people said this was a Super Bowl. You know, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to confirm or deny whether or not this was a Super Bowl. But it was Seahawks, Rams.
I can confirm that you've said that before. So we're not going to sit here and act like you don't think that. You think that.
31-27. For me, it was obviously a game of high, heavy emotions. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Puka Nacua. I don't know, man. The two of the three best receivers on the planet. I truly think it's them two, Chase, and then a small little gap, Jefferson. I know you might be like, whoa, that's recency bias. Fuck yeah, it is. And then the rest of them. But I think JSN was I mean, he's just insane. Puka plays like no other, like there's no other receiver that plays versus the Seahawks at his top level as consistently as Puka. Like we lock down most teams. We do not lock down Matt Stafford.
But that's Puka. That's Puka, bro. Like that's why I was like, Puka might be the only receiver right now. I mean, that might have an argument for like best receiver in the league.
I think
honestly,
Chase,
like best
I think
player.
Chase is the best receiver. But like,
listen, bro, Puka. They make Puka do everything.
I know. He's in the backfield.
He's in the backfield. He's throwing passes. He's in the slot. He's on the boundary. Like he's doing everything. And he blocks. He blocks like his life depends on it. He's blocking you down the field and shoving you into the dirt. Like he's truly like to me, he's like the George Kittle of wide receivers. Like all the stuff that you don't see on like in the box score and stuff. He does that. And then he puts up crazy numbers. So like, and then also be a 5th round pick. Insane.
Yeah. I mean, him and Jax went pretty band for band. I'm not gonna lie. 9 for 165 and 1 for Puka, 10 for 153 and 1 for Jax, 12 targets for Jax, 14 targets for Puka, 42 yard reception for Jax, 44-yard reception for Puka. My most frustrated during the game was easily the Reek Woolen penalty. I crashed out on Twitter. I said, yo, I never want to see him take another snap in a Seahawks jersey. Like I was losing it. I'd say, yo, I don't care, bro. I do not care what your PFF grade is. I don't care what your coverage grade is. He had like the lowest average yards of separation allowed of any corner in the league, like better than Pat Surtain. I'm like, I don't care. I was losing it. I'm like, yo, between Spoon getting tripping over himself 3 times, giving up big plays to Devontae and Puka, Reek getting fucking 4th and 12. They're about to come off the field. He's popping it to Matt Stafford in the Rams sideline. Flag. First down. And then after the first down, touchdown, Puka Nacua on his dumbass. I'm like, yo, get him off my team. Get him off my team. Get him off my team. And then as soon as I saw Devontae and Josh Jobe lined up, 1-on-1 outside, I knew what the fuck was coming. I knew what was going to happen. I saw him press him. Get that shit off me, nigga. Release. 32 yards. I'm like, oh my God, bro, we're gonna lose. But thankfully, Sam fucking Dick Darnold. Samuel Richard Darnold.
Whoa.
His real name is Richard. His middle name is Richard.
Samuel
Richard Darnold went band for band, throw for throw with the MVP of the fucking league and won. I was talking shit about Sam in our group chat. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo, this game is whatever quarterback makes a mistake first, they have the league MVP. We have Sam Darnold. Didn't matter.
Sam was locked in, bro. Sam was locked in.
Oh my God, that was 346, 3 touchdowns, took 3 sacks, 127.8 passer rating. Matt Stafford, 127.6 passer rating. This is literally like when Sam plays like this, I truly think we cannot be beaten. And everyone says like, yo, how do you beat the Seahawks? Force Sam Darnold to make mistakes. Well, now he's shown you he can have a game like this. Like everyone was like, "Whoa, he didn't really have to lean on him." Ken Walker. We don't win this game without Sam Darnold playing like this. We don't. He played damn near a perfect game of football to win us this game. He won us this game on his fucking back. Him and JSN. Because the defense, whatever, I don't know what happens, but when Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua get on the field, we're not the same defense. It just is what it is. We could stop Kyle Shanahan. We can stop anybody else we want. But when Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua is staring us down, we forget how to play. Cornerbacks, secondary, forget how to cover. The only guy on defense who stepped up on Sunday was Nick Emmanwori. Fucking the best player on defense.
He was the rookie. He was the best player on the defense that day.
Lights brightest. Sure. Come on, rookie. He's the only one that came to the moment. Him and Spoon on that last drive, back-to-back pass breakups on 3rd and 4th down. But before that, Spoon was getting cooked. Nick Emmanwori was consistently fucking amazing. Breaking up passes on Devontae, breaking up passes on Puka. Amazing fucking player. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. What did you think of the game from a non-biased perspective? Because obviously I'm fucking biased.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot more peaceful when you don't have a horse in the race. So I'm just watching for the love of the game. I picked the Seahawks to win because I thought them being at home and their defense being what it was. But I knew it would be a tight, close game. These are to me the 2 best teams in the league remaining. So it was a great game. Like it's one of the better like conference championship games we've had since like 2020. Credit to Sam Darnold. He put all the doubters to rest. I do think that his main criticism was facing pressure, making big throws of pressure. I saw him make a big throw to Jake Bobo for a touchdown under pressure. One of the touchdown throws to JSN was under pressure. Like you said, Nick Emmanwori, I was like, and we talked about it like pre-draft last year, how we both loved him coming into the draft, and he's really almost like a corner in a way. Like he can cover in any situation, and he's plays pretty clean. He had 3 pass deflections on Sunday. I do think the issue with the Seahawks defensively was just not getting pressure on Matt Stafford.
Zero pressure.
Like they put like in the Bears game, you could see like under pressure Stafford. Not that he's panicking, but like he can't really move. He can't really go anywhere. So if he gets to stand back there and make a campfire and eat a sandwich and all that stuff, yeah, he's gonna cook. Puka was fucking amazing. Devontae had a great game, and I guess my question for you is like, is there? I do too, bro. 0-5 or 0-6 in championship round games. That's tough, man. That's tough.
I mean, hey, he'll probably gonna play another year. He gonna come back to LA.
Come back to Green Bay. Come back to Green Bay.
He's staying in LA.
Come on back. Come on back.
Yeah, I've already seen Rams fans fan fictioning Mekhi Lemon, Devontae Adams, and Puka Nacua. Yeah.
Well, my thing is he left because Aaron left, or he wanted out because he knew Aaron wanted out, and then Jordan Love ended up being a pretty damn good quarterback. So like, hey, maybe you should come back and get your possible storybook ending. Fuck it. You didn't been on the West Coast for like the last 5-ish years. Come on back one season.
He led the league in touchdowns.
That's exactly. Like, I don't want to get into it, but game one, I didn't think Stafford or Darnold did anything to lose the game. I just think it was the biggest difference was special teams. The fumble right after half. I missed it because I was in the bathroom. It seems like I'm always missing a big play when on the special teams when the Seahawks are playing.
I need you to stay in that bathroom 2 Sundays from now.
Oh, I won't be. I'll be in the front of my screen. But yeah, special teams was the biggest difference. Like, and I think, well, I don't because my team sucks at special teams, so I know how important it is. But special teams is something that's generally overlooked, and all we think about is like, oh, the kicker missed, or like the punter shanked that punt. But it really is just like protecting the ball, make sure you don't turn it over. And if you have a good gunner, a good returner, like everybody's got shit blocked up. And it doesn't get enough love. And the Seahawks have one of the best special team units in the league, and the Rams have one of the worst. And usually when that happens, this is or when those two things come together, this is what happens. And as a fan of a team that has horrible special teams, I understand the pain. You have everything else pretty much locked up, and special teams is the reason why you can't get shit done. I get it.
Shout out Jay Harbaugh. We love them.
You gotta,
boys. Them Harbaugh boys love special teams.
You gotta be able to coach special teams, man. Like the Patriots won Super Bowls for years with Matthew Slater as getting all pro honors on special teams for years, and like they honed in on it. So Stafford was pretty damn good. I expect him to be back next year. He looks like it's crazy because I remember at the beginning of the season how they were talking about his back injury and how many years does he have left. Yeah. And yeah, he needed epidural, and he was having like LeBron sciatica back issues, and I'm like, damn, how many years? Yeah, they're talking about starting Jimmy G. So the biggest question coming into the season was how many years does Stafford have left? I think he has legit like 5 years if he wanted to, like somewhere between 3 and 5, because he looks. Honestly, he looks as good as he's ever been. Like I
mean, this is the best year of his career, easily.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like physically the best he's probably not the best he's felt, or like in terms of his mobility, the best he's been. But in terms of mentally and knowing what you see when you go out there, like he's reached the point where he's seen everything and he knows what's coming. Is just got to make the right play. But he still makes throws where I'm just like, bro, how the hell did you make that throw?
He's a sicko. There was one to, I don't know who, I think it was to Colby Parkinson, that it was layered perfectly. One, Josh Jobe is an idiot because he tried to like undercut it with way too, like you don't have the speed nor the size for that. You're already guarding a guy who's taller than you. So like, why are we trying to undercut the ball? But regardless, like he was in decent enough position that if that ball was not perfectly layered, bro, it's a pick. And he just said, you know what? I don't fuck about Josh Jobe. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Nobody's scared of Josh Jobe.
No, and rightfully so. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Rashid Shaheed. Also, one catch. That one catch was a 51-yard catch on the first drive of the game. 51-yard catch that he should have scored, to be honest, but he got tripped up. Massive shout out to Cooper Kupp. Revenge game. Big third down conversion to ice the game. Big touchdown catch. Blocked his ass off. Cooper Kupp, amazing pickup for us. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, on defense, I think that like I said, I think our biggest need this offseason, we have a lot of free agents. Damn near our entire secondary is free agent. Josh Jobe, free agent. Tariq Woolen, free agent. Kobe Bryant, free agent. Devon Witherspoon is up for an extension. He's probably going to get paid all pro. JSN up for an extension. He's going to walk into the office and say, hey, whatever Jamar makes, need more than that. Like, simple. And what are we going to say? Yep. Sure. Like that's
you got it, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. To sign the fucking contract. And then so our defense will look different this year. I think that I don't know if DeMarcus Lawrence, what he wants to do, if we win the chip, he might want to be yeah, I'm going out off that. But regardless, we need a pass rusher. We need an elite pass rusher that can create pressure quickly, that can get to the quarterback quickly, that does not give them 3 seconds to sit back there and be go through their progressions. I need me a Max Crosby. I'm not gonna lie.
So I'm about to say Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson. One of those two.
I need me a Max Crosby. Trade the first, the 31st or 32nd pick in the draft. Don't give a fuck about it. Trade the first. I don't care. Give whatever the Raiders, whatever the fuck they want, give it to them. I'll give me Max Crosby because that takes the defense to a different level.
It's wild, how big of a difference an elite pass rusher makes on your defense. I just remember life before Micah and life after Micah, and then life after his injury, and I'm like, it's night and fucking day, bro. Yeah. You have all these guys who are not bad players, but they're solid pass rushers or solid run stoppers. But when you have somebody of that, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, Max Crosby level of pass rusher, it makes everybody else's job so much easier because all you see is them just hunting the QB down, running down the. I'm watching Micah Parsons run down Caleb Williams, who can't get touched by anyone else. Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, y'all do need to work on pass rush in offseason. I do agree. The Rams, on the other hand, need corner help badly. Yeah, I thought coming into this year, I felt like they had a good corner room, but
Kobe Durant and Emmanuel
they've been getting fried, bro. All season. That's been the biggest knock on. I also feel like Jared Verse. People starting to figure out Jared Verse only has one move.
Bull rush, man.
It's just a bull rush, and then after that, it ain't much. But the Rams defense is still good. They're still young. Nick Landman is still a really good player, and they've got a lot of young guys in second and safety spots and linebacker in the front four that will be back next year. Puka's gonna be back. I think Kyron. I don't know if Kyron's up for extension yet. He is.
They signed him last year, I think.
Oh, they did? Okay. So he'll be back. Yeah, Cora won't be back. The Rams ain't going nowhere. So
their offense should look relatively similar.
They mostly the same.
Yeah, get a third.
They might get a third guy.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, I could. Yeah, they could be back and possibly win the division next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but yeah,
I mean, it's the difference between y'all and them is pins and needles, bro. It's not.
Yeah.
Y'all are evenly matched. I felt it was an evenly matched match. It lived up to the hype. It was a high enough scoring game. Both quarterbacks played at the top of their game. The star wide receivers came out and played. There was some chatting between the two rivals. It had everything it needed to have.
I saw a tweet that said Matt Stafford lost twice to the Seahawks in the last 5 weeks with 370 plus passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Tom Brady lost twice in his 23-year career with those stats.
Those are the type of stats that used to come up when Aaron Rodgers used to do shit and lose. And then people would be like, Tom Brady's done that one time and lost.
It's damn, they did let him down. I'm not gonna lie. Special teams let him down.
Special teams let him down bad. I thought the defense did enough though.
I mean, we scored 31, but it was a hard 31. One of them we started on the 12 because of the punt drop. So I think that they did what they needed to do. They stopped us. They stalled us. I think JSN was virtually uncoverable. I think they shut down the run game for the most part. Ken Walker had 19 carries, 62 yards. He scored that touchdown on the first drive. But other than that,
I thought he started and finished well. He started off in the first quarter really well, and then they kind of held him up until that last drive. And I felt like his catch on the last drive was the biggest play of the game for that first down. Yeah. Do you think the Rams should have kicked the field goal, or did you agree with them playing?
I think they should have kicked the field goal. I mean, I think that they probably there was 4 or 5 minutes left when we got the ball back.
4.5.
So I'm sure that they figured all we have to do is stop them here and we get the ball back to win the game. Stafford playing like this versus this defense, who he is clearly not struggling with, to win the game. I'm sure they felt good about that. That just so the Clint Kubiak just put on a fucking masterclass in play calling and was fuck, we're not giving him the ball back. Play action, the Jacks Fucking Ken Walker 6 yards, like Cooper Kupp stretch out for this first, like that. Just it was a great sequence.
I didn't think that was a first down, but there was no evidence to challenge that.
I also didn't think it was a first down.
I didn't think that was a first down at all. It was a catch. People were saying, "Oh, that's not a catch." It was a catch, but it definitely was not a first down. It would have been like 4th inches.
They just couldn't challenge it because then if they lost it, they lost the timeout. So they were like,
challenging that, they would have lost that challenge. There wasn't enough evidence to overturn that. That's why I don't like when the referees call it in favor of the offense a lot of the times, because that once you say something's a first down, and once you say something's a catch, you can't, like, the evidence has to be overwhelming for you to be like, oh yeah. If you say, oh, that wasn't a catch, or incomplete, or hey, that's a 4th down, if you go and look at it and be like, actually, it's easier to just be like, actually, it's this, instead of being, well, we made a decision on the offensive side and then try to find enough evidence to flip it. Yeah, they do that a lot, and I don't like that at all.
There was a couple of questionable. Even the Ken Walker one we were just talking about was close. Like it was on the sideline. It was like
I thought that was a first down.
Yeah, I thought it was a
close
first down. And the only other thing that pissed me off was when Matt Stafford trucked DeMarcus Lawrence on 4th down for a first down.
That was insane. That was insane.
Like this is our best pass rusher getting trucked by Matt Stafford. What are we doing? And then, last thing I'll say, I just do want to give Sam Darnold his flowers. I got to give Sam Darnold his flowers because the entire season, everyone has said that he cannot do these things. And what has he done? Prove them wrong. In the offseason, it was the Seahawks got worse because they traded Geno Smith. Sam Darnold is not as good of a quarterback as him. The Raiders now have the number 1 pick in the draft, and Geno Smith will not be starting in Las Vegas next year. Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl. And then it was, Sam Darnold, fine season, but, week 18, he was in this position last year. He lost the game. What did he do? Won the 1 seed, won the game, got the bye. And then it's, well, Sam Darnold's ever played a playoff game. The Niners are going to kind of walk all over them. Brock Purdy's been to the Super Bowl. And what did he do? 41-6. And then it's, well, Sam Darnold struggles with the Rams. So, he kind of sees ghosts versus the Rams. This is the biggest playoff game of his life. And what does he do? 346, throw for throw, band for band with the league MVP to the fucking Super Bowl. And now it's, well, you know what team made him see ghosts fucking 12 years ago? The Patriots. So, and look what the fuck he's going to do in 2 weeks. That's all I got to say. And so, we can go to the next game, which was an absolute.
Are we going to the poo poo bowl? That was at 3 p.m.
The Snow Bowl. Yeah,
the
JV
bowl?
Game. Yeah, the JV game. It was a pretty disgusting game all around. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously,
first half was cool.
First half was fine, and people are like, "Well, Drake May was playing in the snow. Drake May had like 55 passing yards at half without the snow, so he did not have some amazing.
He was struggling. He
he did not have some amazing game. Drake May and the Pats win 10-7 on the road.
Bro.
On the road versus the Jarrett Stidham led Broncos. Drake May, 10 for 21, 86 passing yards, no touchdowns, no picks, 5 sacks. Jarrett Stidham, 133 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 3 sacks. RJ Harvey did nothing on the ground. Ramondre Stevenson, 25 carries for 71 yards. Trevion Henderson had 3 for 5. And Drake May, 65 yards on 10 carries. That is what I think the Seahawks are going to struggle with the most, is playing a guy who's as mobile as Drake May. But the receiving, Mac Hollins led them in receiving, 2 receptions for 51 yards.
He had 1 big catch. I remember the catch.
The flea flicker in the snow.
The flea flicker catch. And then they was like, we are not throwing the ball anymore. We're done.
And so, what did you think of this game? I think the biggest mistake that the Broncos would have had to play a mistake-free game, and Jarrett Stidham fumbled. He lost the fumble. He threw a pick. Like, Jarrett Stidham just wasn't good enough. Simple. But what'd you think?
The Broncos could have won this game. Like, Jarrett Stidham, that fumble, that was one of the dumbest plays I've seen in a while. Like, and I mean, it's tough when you have a quarterback that doesn't play that often, and you got to learn to just let the play die. And he wanted to try to make something out of nothing, ended up turning into a disaster. And we've seen that. Like, we saw CJ Stroud do the same thing 2 weeks ago. So if Bo Nix is playing this game, I think the Broncos win, obviously. But and the other element that they did not have is just his the mobile element of Bo Nix, I think is pretty underrated. Like he's pretty athletic, and when he's on fire, he makes really insane throws sometimes. But honestly, the Broncos to me, like offensively, are highly flawed. I don't think they have a true number one receiver. I don't think they have a receiver that they can rely on third down. I've seen Cortland Sutton drop like 4 passes in the past 3 weeks. Or excuse me, in the past 2 weeks. And their run game is not consistent. J.K. Dobbins might have came back. He didn't actually come back. R.J. Harvey seems like he has no juice. He's good as a receiver, but like on the ground, he's pretty mid this year. So I think the Broncos need to focus on like finding an elite receiving. I like try to get an AJ Brown sweepstakes or try to bring in Devontae Adams if he's a free agent. They're missing some juice on offense. Like they made it work with the scheme and Bo Nix working his magic and having like Troy Franklin have big games and Patrick have big games.
Marvin Mims is decent.
Marvin Mims is another one. Yeah, like Evan Ingram will have a game here or there. Cortland Sutton didn't have as good of a year as he had last year. So like, and he's already 30 or about to be 30. So like they've reached a point where they need to either try to draft a receiver in this draft that's gonna be able to take advantage of this window with Bo Nix, or go find another receiver because they just drop too many passes. It's so frustrating watching them play. Yeah. But then when they play your team, they play like the damn the Super Bowl champions. It's crazy, bro. On the Patriots side, I thought their defense was excellent. Like the Broncos could get nothing on the ground. Jarrett Stidham was absolutely seeing ghosts. And I just think, they played a clean game. Drake May got sacked a few times, which was expected because the Broncos front four is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think Drake May was like trash, but I said this last week, like he was just good enough to get the win. He made the game winning play, stiff armed the fucking linebacker to get the first down. It's insane. I just think this whole time Drake May's been just good enough to get the dub. And honestly, like we're not analyzing these things. That's really all that matters at the end of the day. Yes, these teams that they're playing have not been great. Like CJ Stroud played like ass. Justin Herbert played like ass when they played the Chargers. But like the Chargers defense was pretty damn respectable. They were top 10 in total defense. The Houston Texans damn near had the best defense in the league. And the Broncos also had a really damn good defense. So like I do think there's a balance that needs to be had with the Patriots in order for them to win the Super Bowl. But in terms of them just playing who's on their schedule and just finding a way to win, shout out to them. Like it's nasty watching the games because it's not enjoyable. I already don't like the Patriots, so watching them game from a neutral standpoint is terrible. But I do want to see more from Drake May. I feel like a lot has been exposed with the way that he's played in at least the last 2 weeks, I say.
Yeah, I think this Patriot. A lot of people talk about like the Patriots are like schedule merchants, and like they were the only team in the NFL to have a sub like 400 like strength of schedule.
No, their schedule was insanely easy. Yeah, I went to go look at it. I went to go look at it. It's hold on. Now I need to find it because it's quite baffling to me. But you can say what you want to say because I don't think you talked about the game.
No, they lost to the Raiders week 1, right? They lost to the Raiders week 1, and then they played the Dolphins, who they beat. They lost to the Steelers week 3, and then they didn't lose another game until Buffalo in week 15. So they rattled off wins versus the Panthers.
They did beat the Bills once.
The Bills, the Panthers, the Bills, the Saints, the Titans, the Browns, the Falcons, the
Falcons
Bucks
are decent.
Bucks the Jets,
are decent.
The
Jets
are
ass.
The Flacco Bengals.
Ass.
The Giants. Then they had the bye. Then they lost to Buffalo in a game that they needed to win. Then they beat the Ravens. Then they beat the Jets
was a good
again.
Win.
And then they beat Quinn Ewers. And then they faced in the playoffs Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud,
both of his all-pro tackles,
who threw 4 picks in 1 half. And then Jarrett Stidham in a blizzard. So I think that Sam Darnold will be the best quarterback that they've played at least since Herbert, hopefully. But
He
I
might
think
be
that
at this point might be the best quarterback they played all season. Like the version of Herbert they
outside of
played.
Josh, I
Well,
think
yeah,
Josh
yeah.
is Josh, and then probably Darnold. Hopefully,
They played
uh,
Lamar though,
they played
but
Lamar.
Lamar was
Yeah,
off this year. He was a little off this year.
yeah.
But yeah, like top 3 quarterback. Yeah, it's the certain level of quarterback that they played just hasn't been up to
No,
par.
but they have been good. Like you can only beat who's in front of you. Like
You can
they're
only
a good team. They're a good team. Their defense is great. Christian Gonzalez is one of the best corners in football. Milton Williams is a great pickup for them.
Yep.
Like Carlton Davis is their cornerback too, who's really like kind of made a career resurgence for them. He's been great this season. And yeah, like I
They
think that
still have
this is
Marcus Jones in the
they
slot.
sell
Marcus
Marcus
Jones is
Jones. Yeah.
nice.
I think that they're gonna be. This is no like the matchup versus the Seahawks is no like walk in the park. Like a lot of people are like, oh, the Seahawks are gonna dominate. I don't think that the Seahawks are just going to walk all over this team. I think that it's going to be a close game. I think the only way that the game goes, and God forbid me saying this, I think the Seahawks have lost 3 games all season by a combined point total of 9. And so the only way that I think this game goes is one close game or Seahawks blow them out. I don't think that there's a way that the Seahawks get blown out, knock on every piece of wood available. But I think that, like, I'm going to say this, and Drake May's going to have 5 touchdowns, and we're going to lose by fucking 40. But, like, I think that that's the only 2 ways that this game can go. But I think that it's a good matchup. Like, it should be a fun matchup. Drake May, one of, like, I think he's the first second-year quarterback to make the Super Bowl since Purdy, and before that was Burrow. So, like, granted, both of them lost, but I do think that like he can do this. It would be a crazy story for them. But yeah, this Patriots team is good. It's not going to be a walk in the park at all.
I do think if y'all are able to stop the run, it'll be pretty not easy because like Stephon Diggs can get off even though he hasn't really done anything. Is that an Owala?
It is. It is an Owala.
Wow, shout out to Owala. I don't have one, but
Chris got it for me for Christmas.
It's a nice color. Stephon Diggs can get off. I think like we've seen Kayshon Boutte have big catches. We've seen Pop Douglas have big catches. So like they don't have the names, but like they got guys that can make plays.
Hunter Henry.
But I think it's Hunter Henry. Yeah, Mac Hollins can make a big play.
Yeah.
But like Ramondre Stevenson's honestly been the best player on their offense this entire run. Like he's been pretty damn consistent. Travion Henderson's done next to nothing.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel hates him.
I mean, he can't block. He's blocking better, but he still can't block. He's always trying to make people miss instead of just hitting the hole. And he's a rookie. Rookies make big mistakes, and it happens. But I do think the Patriots. I don't see a way the Patriots win right now. I gotta like think about it a little bit longer. But I do think their offense is like taken for granted that I think they could sneakily score enough to keep up with the Seahawks. And then if they force a turnover, turnovers are the equalizer in football. So a turnover or 2 here, and we might be having a back and forth affair.
Yeah, I think that like we have I think in the same way that they talk about like the Seahawks haven't really played a lot of mobile quarterbacks, to be honest. Like we played Jaden Daniels, but like he was injured. And then we didn't really play a ton of other mobile guys this year. So like I do think that that's going to be a like big matchup for us. And a lot of people like this guy tweeted Seahawks since the week 8 bye played injured Jaden Daniels, backup Jacoby Brissett, division QB, which is like obviously like he's pushing this is obviously a Patriots fan pushing the agenda that we didn't play anyone because like division QB is Matt Stafford, the fucking MVP, and Brock Purdy, who was a damn near top 10 quarterback in the league when he was playing. Max Brosmer, Kirk Cousins, Phillip Rivers, division QB, Bryce Young, division QB, division QB, division QB. And someone said division QB is doing a lot of work here. And so it's like,
yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
We played a decent enough schedule. We played Baker Mayfield. We lost to Baker Mayfield. We played Trevor Lawrence. We beat Trevor Lawrence. Like, what are we talking about? And so I think that it'll be a fun game. We'll talk more about it next week. But was there anything else you wanted to say about the Broncos before we move on to the Belichick stuff?
No. I think like I said, the Broncos need to focus on getting a real number 1 receiver. And And if they don't bring back J.K. Dobbins, the running back market is fresh this offseason, so maybe finding a running back that they can trust a little bit more, take the onus off of Bo Nix, and I think they'll be fine. Like they're not a bad team. There might be some regression next year, but I think there's a possibility they could win the division in back-to-back years.
Fire. And then boom, let's move on to the other NFL news. We have Bill Belichick not being a first ballot Hall of Famer, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Insane.
It's insane. I mean, I'm curious on what your thoughts on it are. He was first year eligible for the Hall of Fame. He will not, which I think is like people say all the time, like first ballot Hall of Famer is like a big thing. Like that's a massive thing. Like Tom Brady is obviously a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like Mahomes will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Mike Evans, I don't know if Mike Evans is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, I don't know if Devontae Adams is a first ballot Hall of Famer. And these are like guys that like dominated their eras of football.
I would say like the people that like just names that come to the top of my head that I think are first ballot Hall of Famers. There's a lot of quarterbacks like Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady, Aaron Donald's the first ballot. J.J. Watt is the first ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, Jason Kelce. And then like receivers, it would be like Julio Jones, Megatron.
Yeah.
After that, it gets a little dicey.
Antonio Brown is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He would have been. He would have been.
Yeah, he will not be.
I don't know if he would have been, but he would have been in the Hall of Fame.
Terrell Owens was a third ballot Hall of Famer, and he's like third in receiving yards.
I was about to bring that up. So, the culture of people voting in players that clearly have earned the right to being the icon or the be at the level of stature that they're at, for you to say, you know what, you talked to me wrong one time in that press conference, so you know what, I'm not gonna vote for you.
Yeah.
You didn't answer my question one time. You gave me a one-word answer. Or one time I wanted to talk to you and you said fuck off. Like it's just like it's like all these personal vendettas, and it's ridiculous because like you brought up Terrell Owens. I was gonna bring up Barry Bonds, or like Alex Rodriguez, which is completely different. But like Barry Bonds, for example, got maligned for taking steroids in the steroid era, mind you. And he's possibly the greatest player to ever touch a baseball bat in the history of touching baseball bats. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. So I think there's a mix of like people just don't like that era of the Patriots. Nobody really ever loved the Belichick. Like Patriots fans love Belichick and love Brady, but now there's like an argument against Belichick. Like, damn, what is he without Brady? I mean, his record without Tom Brady is not great.
That Brady, say what you want. That Brady Buck Super Bowl fucked his shit up. It did. It fucked up. It took a little bit off that Belichick legacy. I'm not gonna lie. It did.
But that Bucks team was insane.
Nice. Yeah, that's how he went.
That Bucks team was
they were QB away.
What I'm interested in is like, so now he's coaching at UNC, and like UNC was buns this year, right? So I wonder if it's like, damn, let's see what he does at UNC, and if he's asked at UNC, he's definitely not getting enough. Like he might not even get second ballot if he can't coach up UNC. You know, he should have took the job, to be honest with you. I just feel like his coaching style doesn't mesh with like this new era of college football, and like the NIL and the like kids in college are just different now. Like there's no like, I want to be here because like I believe Carolina blue, and nobody cares about that, bro.
They're saying, yo, give me $2 million, and then I'm gonna go take this $2 million you're giving me and go to Ole Miss and say give me $2.2 million, and then if Ole Miss say no, I'm gonna go to Clemson and say give me $2.3 million, and then come back to you and say now match that. Belichick is not doing that. Like,
right? Yeah. So it's like the bottom line is he is a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Oh my God, he coached with Tom Brady. Fine, cool. Phil Jackson, coach Michael Jordan, and fucking Kobe Bryant. Like whoever Sean Payton will probably be a first ballot coach. He coached Drew Brees. Whoop-de fucking do. Like there's a lot of coaches that wouldn't be anything without the players that they coach. Tom Landry is a Hall of Fame coach. Oh, like Bill Parcells is a Hall of Fame coach. All of these guys coach Hall of Fame players. What do you think that a Hall of Fame coach is just gonna bring up a bunch of shitters like the Mighty Ducks and big up these no-name players? Even if they do win, they're eventually gonna be somebody. So like Tom Brady was a 7th round pick. Nobody knew who he was. He wasn't getting all this credit like early in his career. So like Belichick did help develop him and help develop a team of like guys that nobody really knew. Like Ty Law was an elite corner. Deion Branch got paid because he was nice on the Patriots. So like this, Mike Vrabel ended up being a really, really good player and now a damn head coach. So there's so many different players. Like it's not just a Tom Brady thing to me. The Patriots were dominant for 25 years or maybe like 20 years. I'd say 20 years. And he has 6 championships with the same core of guys, not the same quarterback and kind of core guys like coaching staff and like Gronk was with them for a really long time. Edelman was with them for a really long time, and before that it was Wes Welker. Like they just kind of just plug and play and had a group. Like they had to change personnel so often and it didn't fucking matter. And even when he didn't win Super Bowls, they made it to the Super Bowl. They've made 8 Super Bowls and won 6. That's insane to me.
Brady got more than 6, don't he?
Brady has 7.
Yeah.
He has 7. But they've made the Super Bowl in kind of like 3 different eras of football. They made the Super Bowl in the early 2000s. Then they made the Super Bowl like close to 2010.
But they made 10. They made 10 bowls, didn't they? Because he's 7-3, right? He got the 7 wins, and then he lost to Manning twice and Nick Foles. That's it.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, so you made it to what 10? Well, no, the Patriots made it to 9, and you won 6.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Listen, 6-3 in the Super Bowl is insane. He has a post regular season record of 302 and 165. Granted, a lot of that 165 was like when either Brady was hurt or they won with Matt when Brady left and they were trying to find a new quarterback. Like it didn't work. Playoff record of 31-13 and 6 championships. And he's only coached for 2 NFL teams his entire career. Now, granted, I guess the case against him is what did he do without Tom Brady and when he was coach of the Browns? Like 83 and 104, great. I mean, the Browns are the Browns. They've always been the Browns. They've been the Browns since Jim Brown left. They're fucking retired. And oh my God, what is Kyle Shanahan with? I mean, Kyle Shanahan's the outlier, but like, what is Sean McVay without a Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford? Oh my God, what is Mike McCarthy without an Aaron Rodgers? What is Sean Payton without a Drew Brees? What is Tony Dungy without Peyton Manning? Wow,
Mike Tomlin without Big Ben.
That's what I'm saying. What's Mike Tomlin without Big Ben? Come on, man. What is Tom Coughlin without Eli Manning? Like
another guy who is not he's now been on the ballot 2 years, did not get in either year. So Eli Manning, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time champion.
But I think Eli Manning's argument to not be in is it has a little bit more validation to it. Like, what is you just hate Bill Belichick? Like, we all hated the Patriots. Doesn't matter, bro. He has 6 rings and he has a career winning percentage of almost 700.
Yeah, I think so. His record without Brady is 84 and 103. So he's kind of shit without Brady. His record with Brady is 249 and 75. Granted, I don't think that's a great way to look at things. It's a horrible way to look at things, to be honest. I also think that the Deflategate and the Spygate shit did take a little bit off it. A lot of people were like, listen, it's not like this was like a conspiracy. Like, no, you were actively caught cheating, not once, but twice. You lost the first, you got fined, you got it's not like this is did they not? The world may never know. Like, no, they were cheating. They were just cheating. And they were like, okay, cool. I think that does take a little bit off of it, but like still, regardless of that, they were a dynasty. They were dominant. Like, yeah,
bro.
They were
never seen anything like it. There's never been anything like the Patriots dynasty.
No, there's only 4 other first ballot Hall of Fame coaches: Vince Lombardi, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, and Don Shula. And Bill Belichick, compared to them, he has the most NFL titles of all of them. He has 302 regular season wins, which is more than Lombardi, Landry, and Noel. The only person that has more is Don Shula. He has 31 playoff wins. None of the other guys have more than 20. And he has 333 total wins, which is also second to Don Shula. So, like, there's a very good case that he is the greatest coach, has the greatest resume of any coach ever. And he's not
also but also that's just as a head coach, bro.
Yeah.
He has two chips as an assistant. Yeah. So he has 8 Super Bowl wins. He's been to 12 Super Bowls. Yeah. And he has the most Super Bowl wins of any coach. The most of any head coach, the most appearances of any head coach or any assistant coach, the most playoff wins as a head coach. He's tied for the most playoff appearances. 19 playoff appearances in your coaching career is insane. We got like, I think Mike Tomlin is the only guy that's like close to that because he's like right behind him.
First ballot.
No,
you think Andy Reid
not first ballot? Yeah, I think Andy Reid is like the only guy that's coaching right now that could make an argument for first ballot because he had his Eagles tenure that didn't work out, but 3 chips in 5 years is nuts.
You can make the same argument of like, hey, well, if he didn't have Mahomes,
but people like Andy Reid, so they're gonna be like, you know what, Andy Reid, they didn't cheat nothing, they didn't do nothing. So like, yeah, we don't like seeing Taylor Swift on our TV, and we don't like, some people call Andy Reid a fat man, but it don't matter, bro. Like nobody truly. The Patriots hate was different. It was different.
This made me think. I'm gonna say a player off the top of your head. You tell me if they retired today, if they would be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
First ballot. Okay.
First ballot Hall of Famer. Drew Brees.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, he's already retired. Matt Ryan. No rings.
No
MVP.
No. He has an MVP. He has an MVP, and he has great career numbers. But first ballot, no.
Big Ben.
Yes.
Ooh. Matt Stafford.
No.
Even with the MVP.
No.
Okay. Russell Wilson.
No.
Lamar Jackson.
Ooh.
2 MVPs.
He got
no
2 MVPs.
Sort of playoff success.
But no playoff success. No Super Bowl appearances. He's arguably like he like might be the most talented quarterback ever in terms of just like ability, just like his athleticism mixed with what he can do with his arm. I would say either him or Josh Allen or Mahomes. Like those are the guys that you could put in that conversation right now in terms of guys that are actively playing. Nah. No.
Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Christian.
He's the greatest running back since Adrian Peterson.
Okay. CMC. CMC's had some freaky season stats.
CMC scrimmage yards. CMC is insane, bro.
Got some freaky shit.
You know what? Like, if it wasn't for Derrick Henry, I feel like we would be giving CMC his flowers the way we do Derrick Henry. But I don't know if he has the like career numbers consistently. Like Derrick Henry's been injured maybe once in his entire career and has been putting up insane numbers since he's got a full-time starting job. Jeff Fisher had him in the doghouse for a whole year and everybody was screaming to let him out.
He's behind DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, like running behind DeMarco Murray, and I don't even remember the other running back they had, but he was like third string at one point. Yeah, Derrick Henry without a doubt. Christian McCaffrey, I'm gonna say yes, but I'm a little skeptical because I feel like yes, he's gonna make the Hall of Fame. Yeah. But
first ballot is what makes it difficult.
Is tough. Yeah, first ballot is tough.
Alvin Kamara.
Nah.
Okay. Potentially the greatest undrafted back ever. So
yeah.
Yeah. But like he also has he ever rushed for 1,000 yards? Isn't that a thing? Like he's never rushed for 1,000 yards.
I think he has once.
Maybe he got it one of these recent years. Tyreek Hill.
No.
Devontae Adams.
I don't think so.
Okay. Mike Evans.
But I think Mike Evans has the best argument for it because he's the he's Mr.
1K
Consistent,
man.
Mr. 1K man. Yeah, he has the best in terms of active wide receivers right now. Like if they were retired today, I think he has the best argument.
D-Hop?
Nah, D-Hop was a demon, but nah.
Keenan Allen?
No. That's a good one though. I like that one.
I meant to ask you this with running backs, but Saquon. 2K season, MVP. I mean, Super Bowl. No? Okay.
Nah.
Okay. I don't think there's any worthwhile tight ends, to be honest, other than Kittle.
Kelsey.
I mean, he's.
I think Kelsey's first ballot.
Yeah. That's why I didn't ask you Mahomes. Like, yeah, Mahomes can retire today. He's first ballot.
Yeah.
He's first ballot.
You think Josh Allen first ballot if he retired today? I don't think so.
No. He got to get to it. He got to win
a
bowl.
He got to win.
He got to win a bowl. He got to win a bowl. If he win a bowl, he's top 10 to me. If he win a bowl, he's top 10. Because I did the top 10 quarterbacks of all time recently for FanDuel, and it was
who'd you knock out?
It was I didn't put him in it, but I was thinking like who I would knock out.
Who would you knock out?
I had Steve Young at 10, so Steve Young would get knocked out for me if I put Josh Allen in.
Steve Young got 2, right?
I think Steve Young does have 2, but for me it was Brady, Mahomes, Joe Montana, Manning, and then I can't remember the order, but it was like Breeze, Elway, Marino, Rodgers, Steve Young, and then someone else. But if Josh get a bowl, Josh is in there for me.
But honestly, bro, I don't know if he has to, bro. Dan Marino don't have one, and he's in top 10 quarterback just off of talent alone.
I would like for Josh to get another MVP. You know, if Lamar get a bowl, he close. Lamar got 2 MVPs, the best passer rating of all time.
If Lamar gets a bowl, he should be in the top 10.
Yeah. Lamar,
his biggest knock is the lack of his playoff success.
He close to that shit too. Both of them are like a bowl away from some all-time talks.
Yeah, for sure. Lamar should have 3, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, Lamar got the same amount of playoff wins as Drake May, so that's it's tough.
Insane.
And then the last person I thought of was Kittle. If he retired today, would he be first ballot?
I gotta look at Kittle's numbers.
I'm looking at it now.
What's his numbers?
7-time Pro Bowl, 2-time All-Pro. He has 8,000 career receiving yards and 52 career touchdowns. He has no
for a
Super
tight
Bowls.
end. For a tight end, yes, I think so.
Okay,
I think so.
All right, cool.
8,000 yards for a tight end. 8,000 yards for tight end is like people barely get to 10,000. So 8,000 for a tight end is elite. Like that's
first ballot is very difficult because like you're not only fighting the guys who are eligible the same year you are, but you're fighting all the other guys who have not gotten in yet. So it's like, okay, Mike Evans, Devontae might be eligible 10 years from now, whatever, but like shit, you know, Keenan Allen might still be eligible.
Bro, it took Sterling Sharp. It took Sterling Sharp like four times to finally get in.
Yeah,
and I mean his career numbers are like comparable to a Devontae Adams type receiver, like a guy that was never won a ring, but was like at his peak one of the best receivers in the league. It took him a long time to get in.
Phillip Rivers said, "Fuck it, we reset the clock. I'm coming back." So now he got to wait another 5 years or whatever the fuck, to be eligible. But yeah, I think that was a good conversation. The last thing I'll ask you is, the coaching stuff and the Bill Belichick stuff made me think that there's a lot of coach carousel stuff going on. So if I asked you right now to think a year in advance, this time next year, off the top of your head, give me 3 teams that have a new head coach.
The Bengals for sure. So I think the Bengals are just trying to do the same thing year in and year out and praying that Joe Burrow was healthy for 16 games, 17 games, and hasn't worked for the last 2 years. And I think Zach Taylor should have been out of there a couple of years. He should have been out of there last offseason, and they gave him another year. Then they gave him one more. So Bengals for sure. I just think the Bengals are an inept organization. I think the Jets, if they have another like pretty ugly losing season, the coaching carousel begins again. And it's not Aaron Glenn's fault. The Jets are a dumpster fire, dog shit organization. They have been for a while. And then the third one, I would say the Colts. Shane
Mm.
Steichen is kind of on thin ice. Like, I don't think it's all his fault. Like, Chris Ballard did draft Anthony Richardson and did throw him into the fire and ask him to basically do the impossible as a project. I just think the Colts have now been lapped in a sense by the Texans, and the Jaguars look like they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So you're now maybe the third
Titans
best
got
team
Dable, you know,
saying
decent.
Titans got who?
Brian Dable is their OC.
Oh, as OC, yeah. They got Robert Saleh as their head coach.
Yeah.
You know, Cam Ward is a young quarterback. The Colts have struggled to find a quarterback, and I feel like even though Shane Steichen is this quarterback whisperer, you know, he's the OC for the Eagles for that season they went to the Super Bowl. It hasn't really worked out like the way that they thought it would. So I could definitely I thought that this would be his last year, but I think Daniel Jones playing the way he did helped him get one more year.
Yeah.
So if it don't work out this year with the Colts, which I don't think it will, I think Jonathan Taylor is finally. I think Jonathan Taylor gave us his last bit of like high level play in terms of playing at the tip top of his game this year. Like this is the
Isn't
best.
Crazy. He wasn't even an offensive player of the year finalist. He started off.
Well, he dropped off crazy towards the end of the year. Like he had
Yeah.
a great year, but the final like 5 weeks of the season, he was averaging like 40, 50 yards a game.
Yeah.
As soon as like whenever Daniel Jones got hurt, his season went right under with it.
Yeah.
Those are my three. Bengals, Jets, Colts.
Mine's would I'm gonna agree with you on Bengals because I just think like this is the definition of insanity. Like if granted, this is probably the best position the Bengals have been in to win a division in years in the Zach Taylor era because like the Steelers now have Mike McCarthy, the Ravens have a new head coach, the Steelers have no quarterback, the Browns are Shador and Todd Monken. Like the Bengals could make some shit shake, but I'm gonna say that heightens the level of urgency even more. So when they don't next year, he's out of there. Then I'm gonna say the Commanders because Dan Quinn, I feel like is already on thin ice. I feel like when they hired him, he was more like a bridge coach, and then they went to the NFC Chip, and it's like, oh shit, maybe we have our guy. And then this year, everything went crashing down. So after this year, if they have another bad year, I think they're gonna be like, yeah, pack it up, like it's over, it's done. And then lastly, my hot take, and people might kill me for this, but I'm gonna say
I know you're not about to do that. I know you're not about to do this.
I'm gonna say the Kansas City Chiefs. And granted, listen, I think that Mahomes is the greatest, whatever. We can say he's the greatest ever, whatever you want to say. Andy Reid will not be his coach for for his entire career. It just will not happen. So in my head, I think they give it one more go. I think they give it one more go. Pat comes back off the ACL. Travis Kelce comes back. They sign Kenneth Walker or Brees or Travis Etienne or somebody. Andy comes back. And they yet again do not reach the Super Bowl. And I think at the end of it, Andy's going to be like, listen, I'm done. I'm out of here. Kelce, he's out of here. And it's the Pat Mahomes show. And they're going to find a new coach to build around Pat, and it'll be fine. But I know that's a hot take. They could very well win the Super Bowl next year. But I'm going to say,
I'm about to say, I don't know if they will, but I do have like, what did you see in the AFC this year that made you think, damn, the Chiefs are really like done? Outside of them be just not like I don't think they've drafted particularly well in the last couple of years. Like Xavier Worthy is not who he's supposed to be. Rashee Rice is a fucking felon. So like they don't, and they could have traded for a running back and they didn't. So like outside of self-infliction from other teams, what did you see? Like what team would you say is like? Because I said coming into this year, I thought the Broncos were like my sleeper. I thought that they could make some noise. So like what team do you see outside? I'm not gonna say you can't say the Bills because that's a cheat code. Plus they have a new head coach. What team do you think could be not the new Chiefs, but like the team that would be the new like favorite in the AFC? Because I don't think it's the Bills or the Ravens right now, or the Bengals for that matter. So there's got to be a team that's not in that top tier quarterback type.
I think that one, you always have to deal with like the big four, right? And so obviously the big four, the other three are all in his conference. So if we're gonna sit here and be like, hey, and we talked about this on the pod last week, that like one of them, they gotta get one, Lamar gotta get one, Josh gotta get one. If we think that one of these years, both of them are gonna get one. So like that means that Mahomes doesn't. So whatever, and Burrow, he gotta get one. So they all gotta get one. So,
Bro, I don't know if Burrow getting back to a bowl. I'm not gonna lie. The
one
way
of
this
these
shit is
years,
looking.
one of these years, someone else has got to get it. And then on top of that, they might not be the best team in their division with Bo Nix. This Broncos team was 3 points away from a Super Bowl. If they have Bo Nix, I think they're in the bowl. On top of the team that is currently in the Super Bowl that I don't think is going anywhere. Drake May is probably going to be better next year. He's doing this with fucking Kayshon Boutte and ACL Stephon Diggs. Like, get him a real guy. They might get AJ Brown. They might get Jalen Waddle. They need a better offensive line. Like, there's still work to be done there. Mike Vrabel's going nowhere.
And they have a lot of cap space.
And they have Matt. Like, I do think the Pats have an opportunity here to become that team. And if Drake May is who we think he is, it's not like a lot of quarterbacks is making the Super Bowl in year 2. Like, it's very rare air. You feel me? Like, it's a very rare air that he's in right now. So, like, it's like Mahomes did it, Brady did it, Russell Wilson, Big Ben, Marino, Roethlisberger, Purdy, Burrow, all of them. But, like, for the most part, if you make the Super Bowl in year 2, you damn near Hall of Famer. like it's the record for
that's
Hall
the type
of Fame,
trajectory. Yeah,
Hall of Fame QB to year 2 Super Bowl is pretty close. So like I think that there's a lot of things that could go into the Pats taking a couple years off. I think Mahomes is gonna. I mean the Chiefs taking a couple years off. I think Mahomes is gonna get another one. He got 3.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get at least 5 of them things. You feel me? I just don't know if that's next year. I think it's gonna be a little bit of rebuilding we got to go through.
Okay. No, because I remember during the season we were trying to figure out the entire season. Like, all right, the Chiefs are ass. The Bengals stink. The Ravens, Lamar's injured out. The Ravens are out. And then it was just the Bills, and we're like, okay, outside of the Bills, like who's that next team? And like yes, the Patriots have a lot to build on. That's the only team where I feel like I can put full trust in them and be like, yeah, they'll come back next year and be even better.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm just looking at teams that made the playoffs. The only other team that I'm looking at that I feel like can truly ascend is the Jaguars. If Trevor Lawrence plays well, like they also have a good amount of cap space. Their defense is very solid. Trevor Lawrence played the best football of his career towards the end of the season, and I thought he played well. He played well in the wild card round, but just not well enough to win. And Travis Hunter hasn't played football in like 4 months, so they can make some noise. And then the Broncos, that would be like the third team for me. But yeah, it's like this is what I was saying. Like there's a small win when you have guys that are winning 3, 4, and 5 years. Like there's a small window that people got to take advantage of. And if they don't, then it's just gonna look like they had a couple down years, but now they're back. It's kind of what happened to the Patriots.
Yeah. I think that it'll be fun next year. I think that the AFC is more open than it has been in a minute. Like now that people have seen the Chiefs be slayed, like I think that people are gonna be like, all right, cool, they're not unbeatable.
I like that the NFL is open again. Like the NFC is gonna be wide open.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully Seahawks win this year, and then we see what happens next year. Like a lot of teams will be back. You know, the Rams ain't going nowhere. The Niners ain't going nowhere. The Packers, they coming back. The
Lions
the Eagles,
ain't going nowhere. Eagles ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's a good time to be an NFL fan.
We got to see who's coming out that NFC South though. I hope it's the Falcons, but my goodness, that division is shit, man.
Yeah, to end things off, we could just touch on a little bit of NBA trade deadline. So I have 5 players. And honestly, this probably won't be that long. I have 5 players, and I'm going to tell you these 5 players I'm going to guarantee get traded between now and next Thursday?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. And I'm going to tell you exactly what team they're going to be on. Number 1.
Before you give me your names, let's take a minute.
Okay.
Let's have a prayer circle. Lord, we pray that nobody gets traded in the wisps of midnight or the wisps of 2 a.m. while we are sleeping, a la Luka Doncic a year ago. Amen. All right, here we go.
There we go. Number 1, I think, is the big fish, the one that he recently, honestly, his trade requests are like anything revolving his trades are like the weirdest hedging. It's like they're like, oh well, you know, maybe he would not be mad with a trade, but like he's fine to stay in Milwaukee, and like, oh, you know, he might. So I think that Giannis does end up getting moved, And I'm going to say he said that he wants to go to the Knicks, the Heat, or the Raptors. I don't think that I think he's been flirting with the Knicks for 2 years now. He said he wants to be in a big market. Like, there is no bigger market than New York and LA. He's not going to be a Laker. So I think that he is going to be a Knick. And I think that the Knicks are in a pretty good position of like, if the Knicks were like the 1 seed and everything was clicking and they were playing well, I think that there would be a conversation of like, maybe this isn't worth it for us. I think the Knicks right now are like the 3 seed in the East. They're getting lapped by the Pistons and the Jason Tatumless Celtics. I think that it does make sense. And they have a cat problem, and they have a best player is a small guard problem. We can fix both of those problems in one trade by getting Cat to Milwaukee and getting Giannis to New York. Our best player is no longer a small guard. Our best player is now a man who's dropped 50 points in a closeout game in the NBA Finals. And then Jalen Brunson becomes a second option. I think that's
Jalen Brunson as a second option would be insane.
That's crazy, right? So, like, I do think that the Knicks make sense for them. I don't know what the trade ends up being. I think like Cat, McHale, Deuce works money wise, and they throw in whatever picks the Bucks out. Like, I think at the end of the day, the Knicks are going to end up caving to like whatever the Bucks ask for, because right now, this is the most open it's been. Like, if we look at the East, the Pistons are not putting fear in my heart. Their best shooter is Duncan Robinson. When the playoffs come, I do think that we're going to flame out a little bit. The Celtics, Jason Tatum is like teasing he's going to come back. Jaylen Brown is saying like, hey, I'm never giving up this. I'm never giving up this again. Like, I think they're going to have some growing pains again. Like, if I'm the Knicks, I'm looking at this East and I'm like, yo, let's get fucking Giannis. like Giannis instantly comes into this and is the best player and in the division. I mean, in the conference, and we might have the 2 of the 3 best players in the conference. Like, and that gets us probably to the finals, and then we deal with the Thunder when we get there, or we deal with Jokic when we get there. But I think that the Knicks trading for Giannis makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. Me personally, I don't think Giannis is getting traded. He put like, I do think teams have been trying to work together packages to figure out what they need to do to get them. But the Knicks, it's going to have to be a 3-team trade. It's going to have to involve something of Cat and either McHale or OG. And then you got to figure out who that third team is going to be. Is it going to be Portland? Is it going to be I don't know who. I haven't seen like many other trade scenarios, but the main one I'm seeing is like Portland and possibly bringing Drew Holiday to New York for Mikal Bridges or something like that. I think in theory it works. And then like the Raptors thing, in terms of like a team to team, like a 2-team trade, I think that's the most seamless one, because you can just trade Brandon Ingram, or I don't think Scotty and Giannis really do much for me, but like trading Brandon Ingram or trading Emmanuel quickly and some picks or something like that could work. And in Miami, like obviously, yeah, I want Giannis in fucking Miami. Like I think Giannis from a like, it has to work out from a real life standpoint, and it has to work out from a business standpoint. Like it has to match up financially, obviously, and it has to make sense for both teams. Like for Milwaukee, does it make sense for them to be like, all right, we're gonna take Tyler Hero and Khalil Ware and your 2031st and your 2032 or 2032 first and some pick swaps, and you just add on Jaime Jaquez and fucking Pele Larson or Andrew Wiggins or some shit like that. I don't know if that makes sense for the Bucks. I think it makes perfect sense for the Heat, because like, or at least for Giannis, like Giannis' perspective, I was like, say you can't get to the Knicks. All right, let's pivot to the Heat. The Heat have the one guy in the league, maybe like 1 or 2 guys in the league that actually give me trouble when we go to these playoffs. Like Bam puts locks on Giannis for whatever reason. And I think like, they have the same agent, and Giannis also came out and said, hey, I'd like to play somewhere warm, like somewhere nice and warm. There's no state tax. Like it's a nice, but the problem is the Heat just sit around and they just wait, and they're like, the big fish gonna come to us. Now you got to go get that nigga. Stop talking about how they're gonna come to you. This is not 2010. LeBron and Chris Bosh are not waiting out there, and you don't have fucking Dwayne Wade trying to lure them in. That's the big thing. Like, we don't have a top 5 player in the league to say, hey, come play with me. It's top 5 defensive players, sure. And it's a lot of like Norman Powell's a good player. I have him on my All-Star ballot. Andrew Wiggins is a good player. Hero is hurt. Like, he's
You
not.
think Bam Giannis is a good hoop though?
I think it's good to build on.
That's good hoop.
Also, Bam has improved as a 3-point shooter this year. He's shooting somewhere around 35%, and he's shooting them. It's not a thing where like he's taking them because it's open. Like he's pulling them bitches, and he's making about 34-35%, which is respectable in today's NBA. Might have gone down by the time y'all hear this, because our offense is kind of ass. But like you don't turn down the opportunity to go get a Giannis. Like, if you can get Giannis, go get fucking Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
He's to me top 3 player in the league. And he still has a two-way impact that a lot of guys just don't have. So for me, even though I don't think he'll get traded by next week, I think the Knicks make the most sense in terms of like the fan fiction, like put together trade, because in theory it works. But I also think like personally for him, what actually works. Like, do you like where you want to go? Because I remember Dame doing the same thing, and he ended up somewhere he didn't want to be, and now he's back in Portland. So yeah, like on paper the Knicks work, but I think like there's a world where he could go to Miami. I would like to see it. It's a long shot, but yeah, like it just seems like it's inevitable for him to go to the Knicks. They just got to figure out who that third team is going to be, and who's like how they're going to work that money out, and who they want to give up. Like, are you giving up? You giving up OG, or you giving up Mikal? One of them got to go. In addition to Cat.
Yeah. I think the Giannis thing will be the biggest NBA story for the next week, to be honest, and hopefully it gets resolved, because like I do feel like last year's trade deadline was so crazy that this year's trade deadline was bound to be kind of mid. So I think that Giannis getting moved will be fun. The rest of the guys that I have here are pretty like not no names, but like they're not as big as Giannis. Like for me, for the Lakers, I had to put someone in. I put Keon Ellis and Jeremy Sochan. Because personally, I think that Jeremy Sochan asked out Dalton Knecht, asked out the Spurs, liked Dalton Knecht. He gives them, they're like bottom 10 in 3-point shooting percentage. Granted, Dalton has not shot well, but in theory, that is his one good skill. So like you bring him there, maybe change the scenery, gets the shot back. Jeremy Sochan instantly becomes one of the most athletic, versatile defenders the Lakers have, because they have a little to no athleticism. And then Keon Ellis, I personally have been, my entire Twitter account is a Keon Ellis stan account, because the Kings, for some reason, can't find a way to get him in the rotation, even though they have like 2 good players. And Keon Ellis, for me, plays defense, 3-and-D guard. I feel the same way about him. I'm a 3-and-D guard whisperer. Before the Heat traded for Davion Mitchell, I said I want the Lakers to get Davion Mitchell. I doubt it would cost much. You got him for like 2 seconds or something, and Davion Mitchell is like damn near your top player for you.
It's a starting point guard.
Yeah, he's your starting point guard. I said, yo, I really want Ryan Rollins. The Bucks re-sign him. It's like, damn, Ryan Rollins breakout season. I'm like, yo, I want Keon Ellis. I want Keon Ellis. I think he will be. The only guy that I kind of missed on was Lonzo, because Lonzo went to the Cavs and has been fucking horrible. So thankfully we did not get Lonzo. But yeah, Keon Ellis and Jeremy Sochan would be cool. The other one I had was Kobe White to the Rockets, because I think that the Rockets need a point guard, and I think the Bulls are trying to trade Kobe White, because they got a lot of guys that are trying to handle the rock. And Kobe White is just kind of the odd man out. And the Rockets need a point guard. He like doesn't play super good defense, but he tries. He's a good shooter. He can facilitate. Like, he's a good guy for them. I think he would be fine in his role of just like, hey, run this pick and roll, and then get the fuck out the way when KD and Sengun and Amen say get out the way. You feel me? Like, I think that would be perfectly fine for him.
Kobe ain't that kind of player, man.
You don't think so?
Kobe can put up some buckets for real. Like, I think he can be like the surrogate Van Fleet for the year if they need him to be.
Yeah.
But I also think like for Kobe White, another team I saw was the Timberwolves. Like, they're willing to, they have interest in Kobe White, but they're not willing to give up Mike Conley. They kind of just want to give up on Rob Dillingham, which I get. Like, Rob, it's insane. Like they want to trade Rob Dillingham if they have to get Kobe White.
No, we won it last time someone traded a Kentucky guard. Turned out to be Shea. So, I don't know that I would trade Rob Dillingham like that. But shout out.
I mean, he hasn't been good. Shea was solid when he got traded. Like, they thought Shea was just gonna be like a starting shooting guard on a decent team. Like he was never projected to be this MVP
No.
at his peak, one of the best
Yeah.
offensive guards
Yeah.
ever. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Who else did you say? Jeremy Shohan.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Sochan and Keon
I mean,
Ellis,
yeah, the Lakers need athleticism, but I just feel like you can't have him and Jared Vanderbilt on the court at the same time. So like,
no.
they're gonna be throwing boulders at the rim, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is gonna sound like the beaches of Normandy on a fucking Tuesday. Insane.
The next guy I had was Anthony Davis. Yeah, Anthony Davis. I think that Anthony Davis probably gets moved. He already said that Rich Paul put in some words that he does not want to be on the Mavs after the trade deadline. I think that he's just been in a kind of shitty situation since the Luka trade. Like they don't want him. He is not Luka, and therefore they will never want him. They are lucky that they got Cooper Flag because they would have got even worse. And so, yeah, I think that this is just a toxic situation for him all around. It sucks that they ended up trading Luka and then AD's barely played for them. Like, say what you want. When he was with us, he was more healthy than this. It wasn't like this when he was with us.
Yeah, he's getting hurt every week and a half.
Yeah. So I think he ends up going to the drumroll, please. Golden State Warriors. I think the Warriors, after losing Jimmy Butler, are like, listen, we have to do something to maximize the Steph Curry window because he really is carrying us on a nightly basis. And Draymond's actually having a decent year. And Pods isn't horrible. And so I think that they're going to be like, listen,
Pods is pretty bad.
Yeah, he's not great. But I think that they're going to give up Jonathan Kuminga. And they're going to give him Jonathan Kuminga whatever to make the money work to get Anthony Davis and run out a nice little Dre, Anthony Davis, Steph, and keep it pushing. And I think it's not a bad little thing. A little 3B right there. Is it going to make them beat the Warriors? Is it going to make them beat the Thunder? No. But I think that Anthony Davis will definitely not be a Maverick. And I think that the Warriors are one of the teams desperate enough to be like, you might be hurt, but we want you anyway.
I do agree that Anthony Davis will probably be traded. I don't agree that it'll be the Warriors, not because I don't think it's like, I think it's a solid fit. I think it makes sense in theory, but the Warriors, let's be all right, come on, let's keep it a fucking buck, man. Since Kevin Durant left, matter of fact, let's give him some grace. Since Klay Thompson came back from his 2 knee injuries, the Warriors have allowed Steph Curry to now turn 37 or 38. I'm not sure how old he is right now. And have a roster that once had Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole in a 6-man role, which he excelled in pretty highly, I would say. Andrew Wiggins, who is still a very solid starting small forward in today's league. Draymond Green, and a mix of like Kevon Looney and Gary Payton. Now we have Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Klay Thompson's no longer there. Jordan Poole's no longer there because he got punched out by Draymond Green. Kevon Looney's no longer there. Half of the bench they had that was not playing. Like Kuminga wasn't playing back then. Or barely playing. And we're in 2026. Kuminga's still not playing. So like you drafted him in a top 10. He's a top 10 draft pick. You drafted him to be like this future of your team because I don't think the Warriors ever thought Steph Curry would be playing this long. Like, yeah, we're in a new era where like stars are playing until they're fucking 40. So they probably saw Steph like retiring at like 35, 36. But now you have a guy that's still playing at the peak of his game. He's still a top 10 player in the NBA. And there's not much around him. Like, all right, I get double team. I'm gonna swing the ball to B pods. I'm gonna swing the ball to Moses Moody, to Will Richard. Like,
no.
And this is no
Gators,
disrespect.
But no.
This is no disrespect to any of these guys. But like, this is not a good roster. And the Warriors have refused to trade for players. They could have traded James Wiseman at one point. They decided not to do that. Dead asset. They could have traded Kuminga 3 years ago to maybe go get like a Lauri Markkanen or go get Anthony Davis before. And there was someone else. I can't remember who I think it was like DeMar DeRozan at one point. They could have done this a long time ago. They decided to sit on Kuminga. Now they got to pay him, and you're not playing him. So Kuminga's about to be a dead asset. Now you're sitting on 37, 38-year-old Steph Curry and crash out Draymond. Congratulations. You fucking played yourself. I think teams would take Kuminga if he's cheap, but I don't know. Like, I just don't think the Warriors are going to do it. The Warriors have proven that they don't know how to. Like, Mike Dunleavy is a fucking horrible GM. Since Bob Myers has left, they have done the absolute impossible, and he should be fired. He should have been fired. But like, I don't. And this might be a hot take. I don't think Steph Curry retires a Warrior. Because at the end of the day, I think he wants to win. I don't think he's just going to sit here and just fucking lose for the last 3 years of his career. Like, I done bought you niggas 4 chips, and this is how y'all repay me. And I'm playing at a damn near having one of the best seasons of my career, and I got to sit here and play with these. Come on, bro.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
It might be it's a hot take, but like, we've seen Steph Curry's like one of those guys that hasn't been moving around, but like
Kobe ate it. Kobe said, "Fuck it, we asked, but I'm gonna stay here."
Yeah, Kobe was 27, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and he wanted to go to the. I think he wanted to go play in Detroit with the Pistons.
No. I'm saying at the end of his career, we were asked, but he didn't ask
when
out.
They amnestied him.
Yeah, but he didn't ask out.
He didn't, but I feel like he also knew that like his body was breaking down. Like Steph Curry is still giving you 60 games a year,
Steph
scoring 28 to 30 points.
12 guy. Kobe was not top 12 at the end of his shit.
I just think the Warriors are terribly run right now, and I think they should fire Mike Dunleavy and go. Unfortunately, Bob Myers stepped down. That's tough. Go find you a real fucking GM. Mike Dunleavy's just doing stupid shit, and he's not drafting well. So, yeah, like I don't know. It's insane. I thought the Jimmy Butler trade worked short term, but long term, I thought it was dumb. Because they gave him an extension for $50 million or $60 million a year, whatever he asked for, and now he's hurt, and he may never be the same again. Like, torn ACL is not what it used to be, but Jimmy Butler's 36 years old.
Yeah.
You got the core stars that are just old as shit. Nothing to build on. You don't really have picks because you're in this middle ground where like you're good enough with Steph Curry to make the playoffs. I don't think they're making the playoffs this year unless they go trade for a star. But I don't know. Like, I don't think they make the playoffs.
If they're in the play-in, I'm gonna take them. One game Steph is tough.
I think they'd make the playoffs through the play-in, if I had to say that. The Warriors just are not well run to me. Did you say anybody else before Anthony Davis?
Last guy I said was is Michael Porter Jr. because I think that he's gonna be an all-star. He's gonna be an all-star. The Nets have no interest in keeping him, even though for whatever reason. I think like I do think they should keep him, to be honest. Like, you have nothing in Brooklyn to build around. You have you drafted like 4 rookies in the first round, and they all do the same thing. Like, I'm taking Michael. Yeah, I'm keeping Michael Porter Jr. But for whatever reason, they want to trade Michael Porter Jr. so bad. So I think that they're gonna end up getting him to the Pistons because I think it is a beautiful fit. I think that the Pistons have one shooter, and that offense is going to really stall when we get to the playoffs because you're going to be asking Cade to do a lot, and you're going to be asking Duncan Robinson to do a lot spacing wise. So I think that, I think Michael Porter Jr. would be a great fit for them. He rebounds the ball. He's an efficient scorer. We know what he looks like next to a premier ball handling guy, like whether it's Jokic or like we know what he looks like next to a great playmaker, which I think Cade can be. And so I think that Michael Porter Jr. knows how to win. He knows how to win games. He can do exactly what you need him to do. There's times that he will just stand in the corner, and if he does not get the ball, he is taking someone away from the paint so that Cade can drive and do a Jalen Duren pick and roll and figure it out. Like I think that he would be a great fit for them. I don't know if the Pistons will end up doing it because I think that they kind of don't want to mess up the rhythm, and they're like, this is a special season, especially we got to see what we got. Like, you're gonna get to the playoffs and get fucking bounced. Like you have to do something. But we'll see what happens. But that was my last guy, Michael Porter Jr.
I I do think he gets traded. I'm like back and forth on whether the Nets should actually trade him, but I think there's a case for it and a case against it. Like you said, the Nets have nothing to build on. They don't really have like a young star. Cam Thomas is pretty much out of there. They don't even play him like that, and he's always injured. So like they don't really have a young guy. They can be like, you know what, we can kind of build on this or build around this. I like the Pistons for Michael Porter. Like for all the reasons you said, they don't really have shooting. I think it works out because they get to the paint at such a high level that it doesn't really matter. And then you get, 3 threes from Cade, 4 threes from Duncan Robinson. You might get a 3 or 2 from Tobias Harris and call it a day. But they like their paint scoring. They're top of the league in paint scoring. And I watched the game the other night against the Rockets, where they just couldn't shoot, but the game was close because they were forcing turnovers, getting offensive rebounds, and getting to the paint. And honestly, like sometimes it does come down to that. So depending on the price, like I think the Pistons should look into it. But if the price is hefty, I would say, fuck it, just rock out with what you got.
Yeah.
Or go trade for like maybe the Pistons look into like Keon Ellis or look into like it just seems like there's a lot of role players available. I'm also curious to see like before we wrap up, I'm curious to see like what the Kings do in terms of are you just gonna sit on DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, or are you gonna move them? Like you traded the best your franchise player for Zach LaVine and whatever the fuck, and Zach LaVine doesn't want to be there. He's getting heckled by fans because he don't play defense. Listen, bro, if my team had 12 wins in February, I would also not want to be there. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan for being the professional that he is, because you never hear a word from him. But I do think they need to move DeMar DeRozan. I do think they need to find a way to move Zach LaVine if there is a market for him. Because like you've got again, not nothing to really build on. Sabonis, this is pretty much a dead year for him. And then you got 2 veteran point guards in Russell Westbrook and Dennis Schroeder, and Keegan Murray's also hurt, and Malik Monk is also like, is there a market for Malik Monk? So there's a lot of questions for the Kings. I feel like they should be in the market to move, but like, I don't know. The Kings are also a poverty organization. Doug Christie's not a great coach. A lot of things going wrong there.
Yeah, I don't know what the Kings do. I thought about maybe they move Sabonis. He was one of the guys I was going to put on here, but I was like, I don't know. Like they're watching Russell Westbrook.
Probably like, they're probably better off like moving Malik Monk and maybe DeMar DeRozan and maybe Zach LaVine. Like Sabonis is not going anywhere, unfortunately. Yeah. Maybe next year.
Yeah, but the trade deadline should be fun. Hopefully it's not just like a bunch of no-name role player guys. Like I need at least one big one. I don't think John's getting moved, so I need at least one big one.
No John, no Zion.
No John, no Zion, no. But that should do it for this episode of the Run It Up Pod. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. A little football, a little basketball. We'll come back next week to talk Super Bowl, recap the deadline. Yeah. I'm sure that some crazy shit will happen. And subscribe to Run It Up Pod everywhere that podcasts are found. Leave a 5-star rating and review. Follow us on Twitter at Run It Up Pod, TikTok, Instagram. Everything's in the description. You can find me and Jalal also in the description. I hope you guys have a litty day, a litty night, a litty life. And just like we do on every episode of this podcast, make sure y'all go run it up.
Run it up.